Hey guys, it's Lauren here from Roots Real Estate, and today I am bringing you your August 2019 video update. So, the Atlanta real estate market is holding strong. Atlanta continues to be one of the #1 relocation cities in the country, with people moving here every single day. Homes in Atlanta are typically going under contract within 8 days, and that's across the city in general. And a lot of times they're gonna have multiple offers on the table for the seller to choose from. Because the market is so competitive, a lot of people are waiving contingencies or doing specific things to make their offers more competitive against the other ones that are being brought to the table. So what does that mean, contingencies? It's kind of a big word, right? So in a typical real estate transaction, there's going to be 3 or 4 contingencies. First is your due diligence period. That's the 10 days typically from when you go under contract to when the contract becomes binding. This is when we do our inspections. This is when we negotiate repairs. Any of those other things that need to be figured out before the contract moves forward with the next period, which is the financing period. The financing period typically involves an appraisal, which is where the mortgage company sends out an expert who determines the value of the home. And then also, of course, the financing period is where the buyer finds out whether or not they're going to qualify for their loan. So throughout these contingencies, these are kind of hoops that you have to jump through in order to be able to close on the home that you want to purchase. And by being able to soften or even waive some of these contingencies, you can make your offer look more competitive. Of course, this isn't right for every buyer. It's something that you should speak to your real estate agent about. But, you know, for example, if you are a cash buyer, you might be able to waive your appraisal contingency, and that makes your offer more attractive to the seller. So just something to keep in mind. We have noticed that some homes in Atlanta aren't selling so fast these days, and these tend to be the older, higher priced, high market homes, like above $2 million. So because there's so much new construction happening in our city, a lot of times if you're going to be a buyer in that price range, it's more attractive to buy something that's brand new versus an older home that may or may not have been remodeled or needs remodeling. You know, older homes, while they're charming, they tend to come with, you can think of it as health issues, right? There's just going to be little things along the way that might break or need to be updated. And so buyers in that price range, and all price ranges really, should have an understanding of what they want and what it is that makes their dollar value go further. And especially in the 2 million plus price range, what we're seeing is a strong preference for new construction. Speaking of construction, in recent news, the Beltline officials revealed renderings for a new pedestrian bridge, which is going to span I-20 and further the South Side Trail connections. So this is super exciting for anybody who's been waiting for the South Side part of the Beltline to open. Funding for this potential pedestrian bridge would come from a federal grant, and this will further accelerate plans to go ahead and get that section of the Beltline from Grant Park to Glenwood to Ormwood Park paved and ready to go. Should the grant money materialize, construction on that section will begin in late 2021, according to city officials. The Beltline is also working with the City of Atlanta and the Georgia Department of Transportation to make temporary improvements along Bill Kennedy between Glenwood Avenue and I-20. So if you guys are familiar with, the area where Publix has just gone in, next to the Muchacho, and right there on I-20, this is the section where we're talking about, where there's not an actual paved Beltline path yet. There will be. There are plans to do that. But in the interim, we are going to see paving, and then we're also going to see a concrete barrier which helps to protect the pedestrians from vehicular traffic, because that is kind of a busy intersection. If you want to know more about any of these plans on the Beltline, we have linked the full Curbed article below, so feel free to click through and be the first one in the know about everything happening as far as Beltline news. One more thing we wanted to bring to the table for you guys this month. In East Atlanta, the 525 Moreland development progress is still continuing behind the scenes. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. A lot of people don't. It is that vacant kind of corner on the corner of Glenwood where it crosses Moreland. It's been sitting there for a long time. It was an old Masonic lodge at one point, and right now it's just a vacant building with a parking lot out front. Plans for that are going to include, your typical mixed-use development. There's going to be some office space, hopefully some restaurants and some affordable housing. But the most exciting part is that the Georgia Department of Transportation will have the opportunity to realign the Glenwood intersection. So you guys may remember sitting at that red light sometimes. It takes forever because, you have to wait for each side of the street to be able to go at their own pace. By realigning the intersection so that it's just 4 ways, it's hopefully going to improve traffic patterns over there and bring a whole new piece of development to the neighborhood. So we're really excited to see how that plays out. So that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, feel free to call, text, reach out if you have any questions about Atlanta real estate. If you or anybody that you know is looking to buy, sell, or invest in Atlanta, we hope that you'll think of the Roots Real Estate team first and give us a call. We would love the opportunity to work with you.